This is the video for the update of the last sprint, which is Sprint 5 and the new minor release sprint series we're doing. Um, you remember last time in Sprint 4, what I basically did was added the ability to place a prop or an object inside of an existing scene and move it around. And you saw the videos for that. Now, what this what Sprint 5 does is takes that farther, and what it did it it's all about keep or storing that information somewhere where I can go get it again. So if I go into a map and I change the map by adding some props, and then I will save it as a new name, as a new map name to teleport to, and then next time I get and it will go ahead and take that information that it's got for the map name or for the that map, the new map name, and store the positions of the props in there, and it will also remember when it stores it out to a database what the name of the original base map was. So for example, if you went into the rave cave and added two chairs, and you save it as my rave cave, it would go ahead and store all that to a database, and then the next time you got in and you hosted it, you'll be able to go to my rave cave, and my rave cave will then bring up the old rave cave, but then go look out in the database and see what props it needs to stick into the or add to the rave cave scene to make it your customized version of the rave cave. So I'm going to do that in my area. So I am going to go ahead and start it. I'm starting it from the editor, so it'll take a second longer instead of the executable because I just haven't built it yet. I haven't done the packaging I need to and sticking it out in Steam. So here we go. And there's a couple things different in the main menu. This left-hand button does something now. Before I had host run and quit working, and this left-hand button, I knew I was going to do something for editing or solo or stores or something, but I made it edit. I'm going to change the background to green because you'll see if you go into edit, you'll have a green menu, and I want to kind of color code them and tie them together. But anyway, I just want to show again in host here just so you'll know. I'm going to go into my build that is not all that awesome, but here it is, and I just wanted to show I'm standing out front on the lawn. There I am finally, and it's nothing here. There's no props that I placed there. I'm going to place some chairs. There's no chairs here. I just wanted to see that. I also wanted to show you that this has got it's got these things, but it doesn't have any custom. I'll have some way of identifying custom, whether it's a custom map or a core map. These are all core maps. These are maps that we've actually loaded into the game via just Unreal Engine Editor. But what I'm doing is I'm going to create something that's a custom map, which is, like I said, explained, isn't really a map. It really is just a pointer to the old map, and then some information about how to place props into the map dynamically. So there I am with that. So I'm going to get out of this one. Up at the top, I moved this to the middle. This used to be over on the left-hand side. And X, is leave the game, and what it does is it doesn't actually leave the game. It goes ahead to the top menu, and then you can, quit the game from here. But I'm going to say now this time, this is a new button, and this is all new this sprint. Click edit, and it's going to go into a different mode. This will say edit game, and the button will say edit, but I just haven't changed the labels yet. So I'm editing now. I'm not hosting a game. I'm editing it. Edit, though, is a multiplayer enabled. It uses the same software, so you'll be able to edit and invite people to edit with you. So here I sit. There I got. There's still again. So I went into the Commons, and I went to the original version of the Commons. So I am going to say I am going to stick a chair in here, and it always sticks just out front of you, but a couple of meters in front of you. And wherever you are, you can, it'll stick another one. And of course you can transform those, and we talked about that earlier, or showed that last time. But that meaning that you can change your positions with slider switches. But I went ahead and there's two positions in here. There's two in here. This is new. It knows it's an edit, so it says save the map. So it says, what do you want to save that app as? I want to call this my map original, and I'll click save. And what's happening here now is it's saying it's creating database entries out in AWS to say that I created something called my map that this user created. So this user's called My Music Oasis is a Steam name. That Steam name created a new map called My Map that was based on the Commons map that I just pulled up, and has these two props in there. So it's got the positions of these names and the positions of these props in there. So now if I want to head back out, so that's been done. So that's sitting in a database now. And now I'm back just to here. And let's say I want to go back in, sometime later, a different session. I say I want to host a game in that session. So if I go in here and I say, I could go anywhere. Let's just to show, I'll go into Rave Cave. And it'll build again. This is, unfortunately, if this is the executable, it wouldn't spend the time building, but it's got to build it now. So if I go in here, what's different is if I go look at the teleport menu now, it's got all the core ones, but it's got a new one called My Map, because what it does now is it goes out to the database and says, what user maps are there out there, user custom maps are there on the database that I need to go make an entry in this menu system for. I click on My Map, and it will launch the stores, or launch the Commons area again, but it will add the props dynamically after it's done it. And there they are. So that's a fully implemented. No, it's not fully implemented. I got a lot of work to do, but basically I've now got a customizable map that it remembers from session to session. So that's what I did this sprint, and I will continue on, especially refining it over the next sprint, at least one more sprint where I'll be doing that. That's sprint 5 of minor release 0.